Now we'll see how we can create Elastic IPs. So over here in our dashboard, we need to click on the Elastic IPs link. So when you'll click on this link, you'll get this page coming up. You can see that some of the addresses are already associated with the instances that we have created. Now let's associate the instance which we created earlier and give it an Elastic IP address. So over here, EIP used in EC2, this is what you're going to select. Yes, allocate. So you can see that now we have a new Elastic address coming up over here. Just select this and then click on Associate Address button. Here you need to select the instance which you created earlier. So this is the new one which we have created. The other two already have Elastic IP. So I'll select this web server, click on Associate, and this is how you associate an Elastic IP address. Now when we go back to our Instances tab and select Web Server, here you can see the Elastic IP address coming up as 54.204.40.119. So this public DNS will be used to connect to this instance from Windows and Mac environment. This will also be used, like if you have not associated any domain name to this particular instance, then you can just go through this public DNS address and browse the files. So we'll see that as well. Now we'll see how we can connect to this instance from Windows using Putty Software. So after the instance is launched, you can connect to it and use it the way you would use a computer sitting in front of you. So the prerequisites for this would be installing the Putty software, and then for file transfer we'll be making use of Winscp software. So let's start with downloading the Putty software. To download Putty, you need to visit this website and you need to download putty.exe and puttygen.exe. Once you have downloaded these files, you need to keep them in a particular folder. For instance, I have kept mine inside CLIs, and here I have the putty and puttygen.exe files. Now you'll be requiring a couple of things like the public DNS name of the instance. Over here I've highlighted that, and then you will also require the private key, that .pem file. So I have saved it in the same place over here. This is my PEM file that I downloaded while creating the key value pair. And then we have to enable inbound SSH traffic from the IP address to your instance, and that is we have already done. If you notice, we created this instance and we in our security group we had SSH enabled for all the inbound request over here. So this is already done. Now we'll need to convert our private key using puttygen. So what I'll be doing is I'll be simply going to this folder where I have my puttygen. Just double click on this and we need to select the file name. This is the default selection. You have to keep it the same. Then you have to load the file. So just browse to that location, paste, and then you need to select Linux ec2.pem, click on open, and just click on this OK button. Then here you then have to click on save private key to save the key in the format that Putty can use. So we have to save this private key, and so just click on this yes and give it the same name which you have for your Linux EC2. So just select EC2 and then delete this one, and over here you need to select ppk. So the file will be saved with this name, Linux ec2.ppk. Click on save, and that way you have saved this file. Now we'll be making use of Putty software. Close this one, go to the same folder where you have kept putty.exe, double click on this one, go to SSH, and there you have to give the auth, and inside this auth you need to browse to the file that we have just now created. So Linux ec2.ppk is the file. Once that is done, go to session, and here you can see some of the already created sessions are there. Create a new one. So here you have to specify the host name or IP address. This you can get from the public DNS. So public DNS will be over here under instances. For web server, the public DNS is this one. Just copy this and paste it over here. Make sure that SSH radio button is selected. You can give it a name over here. So I'll say Linux EC2, and then I'll click on save. You can see that Linux EC2 is saved now. So that is all that you need to do in order to connect to an instance. Just click on open over here. You'll get a screen coming up. Just say yes to it. And here it will ask you login as. You need to enter EC2-user, press enter. And now you are successfully logged in to your instance, connected to your instance. Next we will see how we can upload files to this instance using Winscp. Now we'll see how we can make use of Winscp to connect to this instance and upload files. So first of all, we need to download Winscp. Go to winscp.net/eng/download.php and then click on installation package. Once installed, the Winscp program will be on your desktop. A shortcut will be created and you can click on that and it will look something like this. So over here I have created the instance. Let's click on the edit button and see what all changes we have made. So first of all, the host name has been entered over here. Host name you can easily get via going to the instance. Just select web server and this is the basically host name, public DNS. So we have the host name over here. Leave port number to 22. Username will be ec2-user and then private key that we have generated over here, Linux ec2.ppk. So these are all changes that we need, and then just click on save, give it a name, and this will be saved. Then click on login to log into this instance. So now you're connected to the instance, but as of now we have not installed PHP and MySQL and anything of that sort. So what we'll be doing is, once we install PHP MySQL, then we'll come back to this screen and we'll upload files. So that is how you connect with Winscp to Linux instance.